Good day, beautiful people. You are welcome once again to your favorite program, our favorite program, The Conversation, coming to you from TV360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Nelson Ekujimi, and I have here with me in the studio, Peter Clever Opara. Peter, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Yes, top of the bill today, we want to look at, we want to start the countdown to the Lagos State local government elections. Come July 12th, 2025, that is about 3 weeks from now, the people of Lagos will go to the polls at their various polling stations across the 57 local governments and local council development areas to choose the administrations at the local level, at the grassroots. And here on the conversation, we want to start a countdown. And today we are looking at the sensitization of the electorates towards the process. I've gone round, and even on commercial vehicles, Peter, I've seen billboards everywhere. I was on a radio program in a station about a month or two ago, and the information has been out there about the local government election. And if you go on our streets, on our roads, you see the billboards, you see the banners, you see the posters of candidates. But surprisingly for me, you can count the number of parties, billboards or posters out there to sensitize the people. It is majorly about the ruling party. And even their activities, the media has so much focus on them. The other parties, we don't know whether they are doing a private, screening and a private, activity of how they will produce their. But we all know that whatever they do, the LASEC as a body must be represented to monitor the process. So I think Lagosians, generally, if you look at the information out there, I want to believe strongly that we are gearing up. I think in the days ahead, when a full campaign will start, looking at the LASEC, I looked at the LASEC website now, and the information I have is that the verification of documents will begin between Thursday, 26th of June to Monday, the 30th. While the list of validated candidates, will also take place on July 1. The candidates that must have, met the conditions as stipulated by LASEC under law. And what are the conditions? That a candidate must attach his curriculum vitae, his birth certificate or sworn affidavit, that the minimum age for councillorship candidates is 25 years, while the minimum age for chairmanship, vice chairmanship candidates is 30 years. Then the candidates must have party membership card, they must have their voters registration card, they must have their sponsors, that the candidate must be sponsored by at least 20 of the electorates in their wards. So looking at the preparation, I can say for free that it's like a lot of the information is out there. How we, the electorate, are disseminating it is what one cannot measure for now. But I will say, if you ask me, I will say big kudos to LASEC, because they have even made use of commercial vehicles, because a lot of our people go, commute daily through commercial vehicles. And you see billboards everywhere, you see posters. So I don't know if you have if you are abreast with these developments.
Yes, I am, but I doubt if the information has spread down enough, for people. But that being the case, the issue with local government election in Nigeria is that Nigerians have taken it that local government elections are non-issues across boards. Why? Because Nigerians feel that state governors use it to just place or enthrone whoever they want at the local government levels. And a lot has to be done to disprove or dispel that feeling. You see? So why I'm saying it is that LASEC may have done well. Lagos is a
mini Nigeria.
Cosmopolitan
Yeah,
state.
yeah.
So there are certain things, maybe that feeling that local government elections are just coronations may have made many, that's opposition candidates in Lagos, to lose face of the fact that with the cosmopolitan nature of Lagos, you can still put up a fight and against whichever party is in power and win. Maybe that's just how I look at it. Otherwise, I've not seen much in terms of opposition participation in this election. And they have not even come out openly to say we are not participating in elections. So the assumption is that they are still participating. But then, like you have said, you have to participate amongst the people through campaigns. We have not seen much about opposition campaigns. We have not seen parallel posters or
yes, that is my worry.
From
the only
the opposition.
Yes, we have not seen any from
that itself may be a sign of acceptance that we are not going to make any headway. That one is
can we call it a self-defeatist approach?
It's maybe, but it may have been generated by the general perspective people have come to develop about state conducted local government election. But strangely, that is the order until it is
no, but Peter,
yeah.
I agree with you. People are generally skeptical about the conduct of local government elections.
Yeah.
We have seen it
in every state.
In every state. You look at
yes.
Osun State
yes.
now. You know Rivers State
yes.
was one of the Achilles of
course.
Suspended Governor Fubara.
Of course. No.
But you know why we suffer this trust deficit with local government elections is because some of the states have not done well with regards to ensuring that they follow the lay down procedure. Because even the national election at a point in time in this country, you remember during the days of Obasanjo and Morisiu,
I know.
where elections were going on in the field,
and they'll be
announcing results in some way.
Yeah.
But because we all came into the fray and ensured that the right thing was done, and that is why today you can thump your chest and say, vote counts.
Yeah.
But if people continue to have this skepticism, this doubting Thomas's attitude with regards to local government election, and they don't participate, how would we be able to correct these wrongs?
You see, you are right on point, and that is the point I was trying to make. You see, over the years, we also have to trace the history back. You see, a lot of bad or a lot of things we have done wrong in this country by the PDP government. Let me be very blunt, because when they were massively controlling states in Nigeria, there was a time that we were in control of about 33 states. When they were massively they enthroned all these things. You know, local government just call whoever they wish and the distance. You see, and since then, now the people coming after them builds on that. But there is a critical issue. Yes, on those shenanigans. But there is a critical issue I pointed earlier, that if you are very confident in yourself or proud of, let me know if you are very confident, you can still spring a surprise in a state like Lagos, which is very cosmopolitan, with mixes of people everywhere. Now look at the victory of the LP presidential candidate in the last election. It can only be possible in Lagos, let me tell you. But because if the opposition leveraged on that, to say, okay, let us go on. It's a process. Lagos is a reason that it is very, very difficult for you to even manipulate. Let us gather votes. Let us ensure this. Maybe they will produce 1 or 2 councillors here and there. But you have seen the apparent loss of faith. And like you have said,
no, Peter, is it loss of faith in the electoral process, or that the opposition are in disarray?
Maybe
because
we will not say it's loss of faith. We may see it as a sort of low spirit. Let us say that the opposition is in low spirits over the electoral process. Why are they in low spirit? As I have pointed to you, if you are a confident opposition, you can still fight and have certain things within the system, but they have not been able to conquer that feeling, you know, of it is just for the governors
to
road whoever they wanted in power, as I say, instituted during the PDP.
Wait, Peter,
days. Yes.
but as we speak now, in the last general election of 2023,
yeah,
we had 18 political parties.
Okay.
As of today,
yeah,
I don't know if INEC has registered new parties.
Okay.
But as of today,
yeah,
the 3 parties that we can talk about,
dominant parties,
the 3 parties in the public, in our eyes,
yeah,
in our nose, in our ears, everywhere,
yeah,
is the APC,
yeah,
the PDP, and the FP.
And you can say NNPP.
NNPP. But if you look at the PDP and the LP,
yeah,
they are in crisis.
Yeah.
So that could also be could that be ascribed to why we are not hearing anything about their participation or seeing any poster? Because you expect them.
You are right. They are in crisis.
Yes.
And
in a state of crisis,
they will find it very difficult to even compete. That is very, very well. We know that very well. But we are painting a general scenario of how people perceive local government, and as I told you, the foundation for what we have today.
But it has to be corrected. It has to be corrected.
We are coming to that. Now, like you have said, these parties are in crisis or whatever. They can still put up a fight. What I mean by putting up a fight is maybe contest their legality.
Conduct their own.
Yes, that's why I'm coming.
Primaries.
If there are factions, they contest their legalities by submitting themselves after the court, even to last year or INEC. At the end of the INEC, like you say, there is a faction in the party which the INEC is bound or has recognized as a
yes.
They can still. The bottom line is that they can still put a fight if they have some faith that if I do this now, I'm going to get this. But they have been demoralized by precedent set long ago. To now see the whole thing as it is just a.
Wait, Peter, if the party leadership are foot dragging?
Yeah.
Can we say why members are not coming up to say, "Oh, I want to run for chairmanship"? Could it be because they feel it will become a waste if at the end of the day, within the same party, they produce candidate, this faction produce a candidate, this one faction. So at the end of the day, it will be like a house divided against itself. So maybe their members have adopted the.
That may not be entirely the case.
I don't know.
That may not be entirely the case, because in the general election, you will see those factions still producing candidates. In the federal election, you will see them.
They will be slugging it out among themselves.
But let us not lose sight of the fact that the factionalization we talk about, the crisis within the had generally weakened the parties again. That is there. Both from local government or general election, it has weakened the parties. And it's going to affect their outcome in the coming election. However you look at it, in the presidential governorship, the local government, Senate, it is going to affect the crisis we see presently. It's going to affect, and you see, it's very pitiable that instead of resolving their issues, they keep on throwing darts anywhere. President want to cause one party. Very funny. I don't know how the president can. So the president can wake up one day and say, it's only one party, APC, that's going to. You see, these are tendencies to show you that we have a very weakened opposition in the country. Like you have said, at the local government level, you can only contest from a position of strength, but they don't have the strength. Now, coupled with the fact that you see that this is just a dominant decision for this party who is in power, they feel demoralized and won't put up a fight. But that does not vitiate the legality of the process. The local government election.
Well, here on the conversation, viewers can be rest assured that we'll be out there monitoring the process to report on what is happening when campaign starts fully. And even when election is held, we'll also be on the field to report. We want to assure Nigerians that when parties or candidates come out, even after they have lost, fair and square, to cry wolf, we'll be here to tell the Nigerian people that no, you didn't come to the battlefield prepared. You were not even present. So there's no need taking the people for a ride to say you have been shortchanged. If you are not participating, you better stay off rather than trying to run down our system because it doesn't favor you. Well, this is just the first episode of the countdown on the Lagos State local government election. You can be rest assured that in subsequent episodes of the conversation we'll be digging deep into the elections as it draws nearer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please continue to watch the conversation coming to you from TV360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. We'll be right back.